And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
We'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll here. And on the mound in this one, Kyle Bradish. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Hey! Next pitch is downstairs. Bradish, with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Ripped to short. Sends it to first. One out in the top of the first. Here's a Mets lineup now. This team can really pile up the runs, Chris. They're among the top teams in scoring this year.
Yeah, and when you can get a lead and be out in front, it really changes what that opposing manager can do with the bullpen. And on top of that, it helps your own pitching staff. It gives them more margin for error. So instead of pitchers squeezing the ball, trying to throw darts and be perfect, they can relax, let the ball come out of their hands, and pitch effectively. So that offense and the ability to score runs also helps the pitching and the defense.
Just missed.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or two of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
One out, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Outside, and that is ball 4.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
So a man aboard and stepping in for New York, Juan Soto in the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. With the way defenders track down balls these days, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. One runs in, and it's off the wall. Heading for the plate. Relay throw home. It's off the mark, and he scores. It's 2-0.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He went 2 for 4 in Sunday's game. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. 1 out and a runner at second here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Breaking ball misses down and away.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And downstairs.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And now it's going to be Francisco Alvarez. That clips the zone. That's strike 1. And that one is lifted in the air. Cowser sizes this one up, and that is that. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Getting the nod in this one, Sean Manaea. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this.
New inning getting started, and stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo went deep in his most recent game. Nimmo working through some struggles lately. Bradish back to work. Just missed.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. He'll probably right the ship soon.
Fires over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. Bradish was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. Jeff McNeil stands in. And that drops in for a strike.
No question that he earned that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
Here's a high chopper. Whips it to Mountcastle. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting up, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
And now it's Jose Siri.
He's struggled to make contact lately, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
And that one clips the corner.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for some.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Down in order go the Mets. They're up 2-0. Bottom of the inning, and into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. The Orioles. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. And there's a foul ball. Lindor with another scorching run of play lately.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
1 ball. And 1-2. Hard hit left side. Whips it to Mountcastle. Lindor retire.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter, Jesse.
Here's Jesse Winker. A walk and a run scored his first time. Fought off foul. And it's 1-1. On the ground, Henderson. On to first.
Got him.
First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan.
2 down, bases empty. And now it's Juan Soto. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. 2 outs, bases empty. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first, and the Mets go 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back here in Baltimore as we go to the last of the 3rd. And here's and welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Mark Vientos. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to...
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And out of here. He hammers one out to center. His 19th home run of the year, and they add on. It's 3-0.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Here's Pete Alonso. Struck out swinging his first time. Just missed. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. And that's a base hit.
The catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
Now the catcher up to hit, Francisco Alvarez. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Yes, he did. That's a swing. The pitch.
1 ball.
In the dirt. Alonso aboard here at first with nobody out. And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Nimmo batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. That one fouled off. Man at first, one away. On the ground, could be two. Throws to Henderson. Back to first for two, and that'll do it. But they push across one run on 2 hits, including the homer. No errors, no one left. We're midway in the fourth. It's the Mets 3 and the Orioles nothing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Bradish back to work. And that misses. And that is ball one.
So after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Next offering is fouled back. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. In time. And a drop third strike leads to the first out.
Oh, that was perfect execution of that curveball. Down and in. He gets it out of the danger zone, and you really can't do it much better than that. It's in the zone the entire way, so you have to swing as a hitter, but then it just falls off the table and almost hits you in the back foot.
Jose Siri up now for the Mets. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. And that drops in for a strike. Siri in his 4th year, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Bases empty, one away, and we're at the top of the 5th. That misses,
1 ball, 1 strike.
And the count even 1-1. Swings through that.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. He dives, but he can't make the catch.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor, and that is out of play. Lindor with some impressive production lately.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
1-1.
1 out and a runner at second.
That's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Come on, Orioles. Inside, ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And the 3-1. Foul ball there. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
First base.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
First and second, 1 out. So now here's the Mets DH, Jesse Winker. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. There's 1 over to first. That's 2. Nicely done. 1-6-3, and that will end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Mets 3 and the Orioles 2. Back now at Oriole Park. Now it's going to be Jorge Mateo. Top of the sixth inning. Here's Juan Soto.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Ripped on the ground to second. Handles, throws to first. They get the out on Soto.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
And now it's Mark Vientos. He's already homered in this game.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
That one finds the zone. 0-1. That one missed. All tied up, and we're in the top half of the sixth. That missed by a lot. And the count's even at 2. And he grounds one back up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first.
Up next for the Mets, the first baseman,
Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Alonso having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. And the first offering is not close.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
On the corner for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And fouled off. Vientos, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's the catcher to hit, Francisco Alvarez. His righty-lefty splits there. First pitch misses.
1-0.
And another ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Slice to right. Fair ball. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. There's a strike. On the ground to the left. And it stays fair. One runs in. A second scores as well. 5-3 now. A 2-run double.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
0 for 2 in this one. Inside, and it's 1-0. Runner at second, 2 down. And that's in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Outside low. Now 2 balls and a strike. Next offering is fouled back. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That's a laser base hit. Nimmo headed for the plate. He'll score.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
1's the count.
Way out front for strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, he hit him.
Yep, I got it.
And that got him pretty flush. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Here's Francisco Lindor. There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kyle Bradish won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Casey Mize into the game.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
That's in there. It's 0-1. And
That's
ball 1. McNeil on second. Siri on at first with 2 down. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two outs. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Just off the outside edge. Ball 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 3 runs for them here, and they move ahead. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the Orioles 3. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Dedniel Nunez.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. A strikeout and a walk. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Jesse Winker.
Line drive, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Juan Soto now, 1 for 3.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Corrals it, and there's 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat. And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. This one in the air. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. And the Mets go down 1-2-3 as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th, A.J. Minter.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
Here is Gary Sanchez. He's already homered here in this. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Mize, 27 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Mize back to work. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Well, these Mets, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Next offering is in for a strike.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swings through that one, it's a strikeout.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Alvarez in the box now. No balls and a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. That one's upstairs, ball one. Hard on the ground to first. Mountcastle takes it himself, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing here this half. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the Orioles 3. Bottom of the eighth. Now here is Gunnar Henderson. The Orioles in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man.
Back here in Baltimore, here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
McNeil.
Line drive. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now back, the center fielder, Jose.
And now the center fielder, Jose Siri. And first offering is fouled off. McNeil gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Foul ball. Off the mark there. Going to count 1-2.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
He goes down looking.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the hall.
Run around the move. He swings and fouls one off. Strike two. The shortstop takes a ball. Next offering upstairs.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Throws to Henderson. Over to first, but he beats it.
Well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn two on, so a nice job to get the out at second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Jesse Winker will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. In the air, left field, down the line, and it falls. And out to aboard.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
So up next for New York, Juan Soto. Right through there for a strike. Inside, just missed. 2 aboard, 2 outs. On the ground right side, and that's just foul. 1-2 now. That one is upstairs.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Back-to-back base hits. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
So up next, Mark Vientos. Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
0-1's the count.
And the slider just misses. The next offering misses. And a count 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Late that time, and it's strike two.
2-2 the count.
Two on, 2 outs.
I got 3 and 2.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 2 outs. Caught him looking for the K. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Mets 7 and the O's 4. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Edwin Diaz.
29 saves on the season, so he's looking for number 30 right here. He's been big for him in the back of that bullpen.
Now the left fielder, Colton Cowser.
The left fielder, Colton Cowser.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Diaz,
0-1.
a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a 2-seamer. The 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
0-2.
And a swing and a miss. And there's 1 down.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Sanchez now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss. That one at 99.
No ball, 2 strikes.
0-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking, foul ball.
Well, it's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way, just let it travel a hair more.
They're down to their final strike.
0-2 is the count.
1 strike away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. And it bangs off the foul pole, home run. He'll touch them all. His 11th of the year, and they're chipping away. It's 7-5. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Jorge Mateo now on the ground to third, and it gets by him. Takes the turn. He's digging for second, and he'll pull into second safely.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle, 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. That one almost got him. Tying run at the plate.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball.
Really going
2
after
strikes.
him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
He's done it again, Boog. That's his 30th save of the year as he puts another game to bed. Sweet dreams, everyone.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.